The Nintendo Switch 2 has already been out for a year? After 8 years of playing with the Nintendo Switch 1, the Nintendo Switch 2 is finally here, and it has been for the last year. And after playing it for all this time, we gotta talk about it. It was this exact date 1 year ago, June 5th, 2025. I wasn't in Mexico at the time, I was actually in Spain, so I couldn't get my Nintendo Switch 2. However, I managed to get my pre-order in Mexico. It was my sister the one who went and picked up my console, and my girlfriend the one who did the unboxing. And while I was in Spain, in Barcelona, I got myself my copy of Mario Kart World. Owning the game but not being able to play it until weeks later. But man, what a fantastic lineup. So far, I only have 6 Nintendo Switch 2 games, but I'm going to talk about them all. Starting with Mario Kart World. Mario Kart World is the first open world Mario Kart game, with a whole world interconnected, a bunch of different characters, a lot of different tracks. It is a brand new evolution of the game. And while the game innovates in so many ways, including the tricks, it still isn't perfect. With intermission tracks feeling a little bland or boring, this game is in serious need of a classic mode, in which you eliminate intermission courses and just do the regular 3 laps, and some additional content in order to be great. However, it is pretty fun. You're still going to have a pretty good time. I still prefer Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but Mario Kart World is no bad game either. Next up, I have Donkey Kong Bananza. Fun fact, I actually unboxed this game in Canada. Yeah, I've been traveling a lot. But this has to be my favorite game on the console so far. If you like Super Mario Odyssey, you're going to love Donkey Kong Bananza. In this game, you play as Donkey Kong with the help of a young Pauline as you travel through different layers into the center of the earth. What really makes this game great is the gameplay. You can break literally everything, which is addicting and never gets old. Most of the layers are unique, it can be pretty challenging in the post-game, and the Bananza transformations are a blast. If you need to get a single-player game for your Nintendo Switch 2, this is the game to get. Next up, I have Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. Now, I'm not gonna lie, if you are not a Warriors fan, you are not going to enjoy this game. But if you do like taking down 1,000 enemies all at the same time, well, like me, you are 100% going to enjoy this game, especially if you like the previous Hyrule Warriors. This is easily the one with the best story, the most cinematic, some of the best side characters, definitely the best combat, the best cutscenes, and it's just fun. I literally grinded this game out and got a 99%, just the final missions are way too hard, but trust me, this is such a blast of a game. I couldn't stop playing it. This game is really fun. Next up, I have Kirby Air Riders. Now I gotta be honest, I'm a little divisive on this game. It is fun, the music is outstanding, and the story mode is a blast. I already replayed it twice. So it is a really fun game. I would even say better than Mario Kart World. However, my internet sucks. I have very bad internet, and I know this is my fault. And that means I cannot truly enjoy the online multiplayer this game has to offer. And this game, besides the story mode and the extra modes, really relies on online support. So this is not a critique of the game itself, just my experience. I haven't been able to truly experience it since my internet sucks, but once I get good internet, I want to hop back into this game and really play it, because for the few times I played online, I had a blast, and the single player and the gameplay is a lot of fun. And of course, the music. Kirby games always have amazing music. Next up, and this is a divisive one, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. After what felt like 10 years of development, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is finally here, and a lot of people really criticized it. The ending is bad, the gameplay is way too linear, the open world desert is bland. It is very different from previous Metroid Prime games. But that's it, it's different. Other than that, the music again is amazing, the gameplay is really fun, riding around in Viola, especially if you have the amiibo that allows you to use the jukebox, it's really fun. The graphics are also outstanding, and the locations can be very intriguing. Yes, the enemies are repetitive. Yes, some locations are not good. Did this game live up to expectations? No, but it wasn't bad. Like, I had a good time. I unfortunately didn't enjoy the ending, but I had a good time. I had fun with the game, and I love the side characters. So even though it can be a controversial game, try it out for yourself. I had a good time. Finally, I have Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrade, and look, I love this game on the PS4. So playing it on modern hardware on the go, yeah, I had to get it. I want to get back into Final Fantasy VII, especially with the third game on the way. This is one of the games that I had to try out. However, this one has a catch. As you can see, it is a game keycard. But we'll talk about game keycards in a bit. However, the Nintendo Switch has also had other games that I haven't been able to play yet, like Pokémon Legends CA, Mario Tennis Fever, Pokémon Pokopia, and lately Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. Now, I haven't gotten these games because they don't really interest me as much right now, or I am waiting for a sale in order to get them. But I mean, Pokémon Pokopia is the best rated Pokémon game of all time, so that says something. And over the past year, this console has also re-released Nintendo Switch 1 games as Nintendo Switch 2 editions. Games like Mario Party Jamboree, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and Animal Crossing New Horizons, just to name a few. Most of the time, these games include either an extra mode or just enhanced graphics. Are they worth it? That really depends on you. Oh, Mario Bros. Wonder as well. Like, sometimes the content is worth it, sometimes it isn't. If you're buying the games for the very first time, then yes, get the Nintendo Switch 2 edition. If you already own the game, you can replay them and most of the time pay to have these upgrades. And that's where I have an issue, having to pay to have these upgrades of DLCs of games that came out years ago. I don't know, I haven't bought any Nintendo Switch 2 edition besides The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, as they came with the Nintendo Switch Online service. So they were free. The Nintendo Switch 2 has also proven to be so powerful that now we're getting third-party support. And these are not just minor games, no. These are the big guns. On launch day, we got Cyberpunk 2077. On my wish list, I have Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, which is full on cart as well. We got the brand new Resident Evil game Resident Evil Requiem on the console, as well as Resident Evil 8 and 7. We got Pragmata, and as I mentioned, Final Fantasy VII as well, and many more. So the console is proving that it's a portable powerhouse. However, remember keycards? Yeah, let's talk about them. By far the biggest controversy that Nintendo Switch 2 has had over this last year is game keycards. Having a game keycard basically means that there is basically no data on the cartridge. So you do not really own the game since the game is not on the cartridge. And what happens when Nintendo Switch 2 servers die in 20 years? Well, you're no longer going to be able to download any of the game because the servers are down and there's nothing on the cartridge. So you're not going to own the game, well, just download the game from the eShop or, put the full game on the cartridge. But why is this happening? Well, for the Nintendo Switch 2, Nintendo is manufacturing only 64GB cards, which can be very expensive. So companies have two options, either spend a lot of money and risking a lot of money in order to have the full game on card, or they can pay much less for game keycards. Now, me personally, the only way I can really support a game keycard is if the game is just way too big to be in a 64GB cartridge. If it surpasses that limit, then yes, I'm going to buy a game keycard. That's the case with Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrade, since this game has almost 100GB. So that's why I bought it, even though it is a game keycard. For example, games that are going to release on both the Switch 1 and the Switch 2, where the Switch 1 is a full-on game on cart and the Nintendo Switch 2 is a game keycard, then I'm going to buy the Nintendo Switch 1 version, because that way you truly own the game on the cart. You see the problem? Like why are you able to have a Nintendo Switch 1 complete version but have a game keycard for the Nintendo Switch 2? That's my problem. That's my issue. And also my biggest controversy with the Nintendo Switch 2, well, besides the price, there has also been a price increase for the Nintendo Switch 2 in this last year, going from $449 all the way to $499. Why? Don't ask me, I'm not an economics expert, but mostly because of the current market situation. This console's library is amazing, it has a bunch of games. However, the last big controversy is variable pricing, meaning Nintendo can charge whatever they want for all their games. So Mario Kart can be $80, Yoshi can be $70, and Star Fox, for example, can be $60. So it's really confusing. I believe it's mostly so Nintendo can stay afloat with the current market situation and change prices if they need to. But so far we've only had one $80 game and that wasn't received well, so probably the other $80 game that we're going to be getting is Pokémon Winds and Waves. Speaking of, how is the future looking for our Nintendo Switch 2? Well, we do have a huge variety of games coming out for the console. As I previously mentioned, this month we're getting a brand new Star Fox game, which is a remake of Star Fox 64 3D, which is a remake of Star Fox 64, which is a remake of Star Fox for the SNES. The next month we're going to be getting Splatoon Raiders. There's also a new Fire Emblem in the works, Pokémon Winds and Waves coming out next year, and I mean, this is a Nintendo Switch 2, it's also on Nintendo Switch 1, but we're going to get Rhythm Heaven Group, and there are rumors for a brand new The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake. We haven't had a Nintendo Direct in quite some time, so we're about to be closing in on a general Nintendo Direct where they may announce what's left for the year. So the future is still bright for the Nintendo Switch 2. So taking all this into account, how are we feeling with our Nintendo Switch 2? Honestly, this may be my favorite console of all time. Look, I really connected with the Nintendo Switch 1. It was there during my happiest moments and also my saddest moments. And the Nintendo Switch 2 is just an upgrade of the Nintendo Switch 1 experience. So all I can see ahead with this console is just brightness. There's a bright future with the Nintendo Switch 2. I can only dream of the games that are going to be releasing on this console. It's been a year with the Nintendo Switch 2. It has also been a year in which I have been able to grow, create connections, and of course, just keep on building and exploring and discovering brand new stuff. So happy anniversary Nintendo Switch 2, can't wait to see what you have in store for us in the future. My name is DAGG, do not forget to leave a like and subscribe, that really helps out the channel a lot. And now you can also join my Patreon, link in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching and I'll catch you next time. See ya, bye!